So chores are a part of daily life for many of us, but for a lot of kids, chores don't come without complaining and whining.
Whining, yes. So Sarina Natkin is here. We're pulling the emergency handle. She's back this morning. How do we get the kids, right, Mimi, to just stop the whining process and just do the chores?
Well, think back to your own chore days. How much did you love doing chores? Did you do them with a smile on your face and say, "Thanks, Mom, for asking me to do that. I can't wait"? No. Most of us didn't like chores. And here's the thing. We're teaching critical life skills. They may not want to do it, and that's okay. We don't have to stop their emotion, right? We can let them not want to do it, but there are things we can do to get some more buy-in. And one of the things we can do is involve them in picking chores. So you can make a list as a family. We sat down, made a list, all the things that it takes to run a family, from laundry to grocery shopping to school supplies, everything we do, paying bills. And then we had the kids go through and circle the ones that were just theirs, not many. So we said, here's all the things you need to learn before you leave the house. What do you want to learn first?
That's a great way to put it, right? And it allows them to be in control of what they end up doing, right?
Yes.
So I've got a big question about my parent friends always ask, well, do we want to tie allowance? Should you tie your allowance into chores? Should allowance just be allowance and money you give them weekly, and chores are just something you do because you're part of the family?
Plus inflation.
If allowance is not tied, then should you offer any incentives?
That's a great question, and one I hear so often. And my view is that allowance is about learning how to spend money, save money, manage money, prioritize your spending, where chores are about the work of being a family. So I don't know about you, but nobody pays me for the normal things that I do as part of keeping our household going, and no one will pay them for those things either. So it's a choice. If the other problem is if we pay for it, rewards and money for it, they often sort of lose their steam after a while. As soon as your kid gets older, they're like, well, I don't really want to do that for $2 anymore. I would like 10. And so then we have to keep upping the ante, and we risk losing their motivation if we tie them to each other. Now, there can be opportunities to earn extra money for taking on extra jobs, but I really encourage the things that are part of keeping your household going, they need to contribute to, because the bottom line is the more kids are involved and know that they matter and they have a role, they actually tend to be more cooperative.
So there are 4 steps quickly you recommend to help the parents when choosing the chores and all of that. What are those 4 steps you talk about?
Well, in teaching them how to do the chores. So sometimes we give them these really big things. Okay, I want you to clean up from dinner tonight. If you've never cleaned up from dinner, that can be a little overwhelming and you'll get some pushback. So start small, break it up, and the way that I like to do it is think about you doing it while they watch, which we usually have a lot of years of that. Then you do it with them helping, then they lead the process. You help them and let them take the lead, and then they do it by themselves. So you're scaffolding along the way so we're not sort of hitting that overwhelmed spot.
Sarina Natkin, such good advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you next week.